Hi Adrito, it is Saturday the 15th of July 2017. You are in Brighton today because it's your mum's birthday tomorrow, but any opportunity to take a vlog of course.
Been a pretty good day, had fish and chips for lunch, then went to the coast for a bit, relaxed, read a book, and then now at the Royal Pavilion, as you can see behind me.
We finished the day off by visiting some family friends and watched a few episodes of the second season of Master of None. Okay, so that wasn't a very long day, but it still got me thinking. My parents are getting older, and I'm finally mature enough to see them as people rather than objects to do my bidding. And through this humanization of them, I'm beginning to understand their life a little bit better, including the many decisions and sacrifices they have had to make. In particular, I'm getting to around the same age where they themselves got married and began a life together. Just a little side note, this is actually only my second video on family, the first being my Draw My Life video from back in 2013. I would highly recommend giving that video a watch simply for some background context. Anyway, it was my parents' 30th anniversary a few months ago, where my sister organised a surprise party with a few of our close family friends, and we all had a really pleasant time. But can you imagine that? Being with someone for 30 years. 30 whole years. It's an amount of time I simply cannot fathom, and that just puts into context what a major decision choosing a life partner is. Probably, in fact, the biggest decision of one's life. It's such a silly concept, right? You choose one person to do everything with till death do you part, from shopping for groceries to raising children. Therefore, it comes to pertinence that I myself will have to make the same major decision to that of my parents within the next decade or so. But how do I go about it? What do you look for in a partner? Obviously physical attraction, intelligence and humour, but there's also that something else, that inherent feeling you get when you fall for someone, independent of those attributes, and something quite difficult to put one's finger on. But then perhaps this is a privilege many cannot afford. My parents, for example, had an arranged marriage, and they stayed together for this long, so what the hell do I know? On the other hand, the two of them staying together is probably more to do with practicality than it is to do with love. I have none of the answers, and to be honest, I don't think anyone does, so I'm going to have to play it by ear and go with the flow. These thoughts have been churning in my mind for a long time, but recent events, which I won't go into, have triggered me to make this vlog so I can get them off my chest and stop irritating me. I'm going to have to tackle this little conundrum of mine in a constructive way, and in fact the only way I know how, mathematically and logically. Logically by being the best person I can be and hitting those aforementioned categories. It's time to sharpen up my appearance, diversify my knowledge, and improve on my already fantastic comedic talents. To be fair, I'm confident, borderline arrogant in almost all matters outside that of women, so all I've got to do is channel a small amount of that confidence into this area, and hopefully that comes out as attractiveness. Mathematically, or more to be precise, statistically, in the sense I've got to put myself more out there. It is effectively a numbers game after all, and by getting to know more women I'll be able to find that intangible emotion eventually, or at least, that's a conjecture. I know this is going to be a rough ride. A conscious change of oneself always is, but I'm sure you'll manage. See you on the other side, Adrito.
সকালে জলের ঘাটে